Here we are on the slopes of Kamakusa, investigating a rock house, an rock overhang in the jungle. Here you can see it's covered with epiphytes, various Vermiliaceae, Cyclanthaceae, aeroids. Here's the surrounding forest. It is edge of a savanna. It's fairly open forest. It's very rich in lichens, and here we have Dr. Erin Tripp investigating some of the various lichens that are growing on this sheltered part of a rock exposure, where it is somewhat drier from the rains and different kinds of lichens are supported. There she is investigating with a hand lens to see what is worth collecting.
So as Ken mentioned, there's a good diversity of lichens on this rock. You can see the rock is relatively dry, which is why the lichen biota is so happy here. If you move just a further bit along the rock, you'll see it gets moister and bryophytes take over, lichens disappear. On this rock there's probably 15 or so species just in this small area, some of which are very easy to collect, like this item down here, which is perhaps a member of the genus Lepraria, or not totally sure, but just a guess. So that's easy to collect. But if I wanted to get this pink thing, we'd have a really hard time because it's on a flat surface. So part of lichen collecting involves finding just the right lichen in just the right place. For example, this great and shiny taxon in the back has probably been here for 100 years, sitting just like that. Makes a very nice museum specimen. We'll just chip off the back and it'll nicely fit into a packet into a museum case. This is probably a member of the genus Chrysothrix or maybe Botrio Lepraria, one or the other. And something like so. What else do we have? We've got something nice growing in this region. You can see this white leprose thing, and then perhaps most.
Here we have a termite tunnel.
One of the dominant ones on this rock is this large thing that many people would probably mistake for a fungus, but it's actually a lichenized fungus or a lichen of the genus Cryptothecium, which is a very large tropical genus. What else?
What about some of the bryophytes? Oh, continue with the lichens.
Some of the bryophytes.
Interesting bryophytes here as we get into the wetter areas. Various mosses, some filmy ferns.
Some melastomes growing epipetrically on top of the rock. We've got a nice cluster of what appears to be the moss genus Decora here. Easy to identify because the leaves are very brittle. They break off whenever you touch them, like so. You might expect some sphagnum on the rock. I haven't seen any just here just yet, but no doubt it's around. Lots of these liverworts come in a few flavors, one of which is the leafy liverwort variety. So leafy because it looks like it has little leaves. And leafy liverworts are extremely diverse in the tropics and much, much fewer in number in temperate zones, such as the U.S. Look at this. That's cool. This is a lichen of the genus Cynogonium. You often see it sitting on little twigs in the neotropics. What else do we have over here? Look at this one right here. See if you can get that. Most people would pass it right by, but here it is, a little lichen growing right on top of these dying mosses, these dying bryophytes. These little black dots are the fruiting bodies, or reproductive structures. Not sure what it is, probably a buellia of some sort. Here it is extending off into this area. We'll collect that in just a minute. What else do we have? Here's just to compare and contrast a different species of leafy liverwort. We looked at one just a moment ago. And there's another species here. Obviously very different in growth form and color. Look, there's a nice fertile moss. We should collect that as well. What these? There's its little sexual reproductive structures. I'm going to go ahead and actually collect that because it's nice material.
Alright, let's do a quick pan back across this area. Just a hammer and chisel down there. Just like this. These are philodendrons. We have various tank bromeliads. Here's some young seedling bromeliads on tree trunks. Here's a very large one of these philodendrons. Here's the canopy.